You spent a lifetime stuck in silence, afraid you'll say something wrong. If no one ever hears it, how we gonna learn your song? So come on, come on, come on, come on. You got a voice as loud as lion, so why let your words be tamed? Baby, we're a little different, there's no need to be ashamed. You got so stop hiding it away. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Hello, beautiful people. I have come to my absolute favourite spot. I love this place. This is so sacred. And yeah, we're just gonna let it all out. So basically today, I've been for a while. I've been feeling the need to talk about the topic of entity attachments and just have that little discussion, just open up the conversation to spirits, to entity attachments, to what it is, what it's all about. Tell you a bit about my story as well, how I understand it, let's say. So we're keeping it light-hearted and we're keeping it beautiful and we're keeping it sacred because this is a very heavy topic. So we just want to make sure we're keeping our energy cleansed. So we're going to keep high vibe, yep. Right, so what should we say? Entity attachments. What is an entity attachment? I'm just going to give that a quick clean. It looks like it's... Where is it, that one? Oh, it's that one. Don't even know my own phone. So, entity attachments. Entities are spirits. They are negatively polarised, so they prefer the lower vibrations, they prefer the negative energies, such as fear, anger, jealousy, just all these things that it will bring out in you, all the lower vibrations, because that is where they are most comfortable. These spirits are not comfortable at all in the higher vibrations. They're very much repulsed by them. This is why when you hear the phrase upsetting people's demons, it's because if you are somebody who is very high vibe, very much in the happy space, happy mental place, clean spirit, you're going to piss off some people's demons because they don't like that energy at all. So that's that little saying explained a little bit more. But yeah, entities, if you've got a strong aura, if you keep yourself happy, healthy, you're looking after your physical body, you're looking after your mental, then you've got a strong aura. You have less to worry about in terms of these things seeping into your energy space, seeping into your physical vessel, because you're already protected. You're protected. When you have a strong triangle, which is you've got the spirit at the top and then you've got mind and body. So spirit, mind and body. All of those pillars need to be strong and protected. So if you're looking after your physical health, if you're looking after your mental health, then your spiritual health should really be quite strong as well. But as soon as one of those pillars fall, then the whole thing falls. You will, if you're spiritually ill, then you'll become mentally ill, you become physically ill, the whole thing will fall. So it's really important to actually begin to understand what entity attachments is, how to protect yourself from these negative spirits, and how to sort of see if you've got one, sort of figure out, have you got any negativity attached to you? Yeah, it's a learning curve for sure, considering as well not many people sort of fully understand or get what entities are. But entities, I think it's a way, sort of think of it like purgatory. These souls have been in such a low vibration that when they crossed over, when they sort of left the physical realm, they got trapped in between realms. They couldn't sort of progress to being at one with God again. They couldn't go to that high vibration because they're still repulsed by it. They're still not at that vibration themselves. So instead they stay on the physical plane. But being on the physical plane without a physical vessel, you need energy to sustain yourself. So what these beings will do is they will attach onto human beings, and this is why in terms of keeping your aura strong, because when you've got a weak aura, they will be able to seep into your energy space, and once they're into your energy space, unfortunately it is a case of having to remove them, because if they're getting the energy that they want from you, they will happily stay. It's like a free hotel with food like a free bed and breakfast. If you are happily, if you've got a really open aura and you are susceptible to these things, then once they seep in and once they're getting that energy, then they're sustaining themselves. Why would they leave if they're happy? Why would they leave? And the thing is, the way they will sustain themselves is through making their host negative. They will bring their host to such a low vibration, and they will create that energy within that human being, just literally to sustain themselves, to feed their own energy, what they want. They want the fear energy, they want the negativity, they want the jealousy, they want the hatred. They just want all that negative energy, because that is how they sustain themselves. Literally, in the spiritual community, you'll heard it many a times, but in terms of comparing it to Monsters Inc., like if you get it, you get it and you understand, because that is absorbing the fear energy and making use of the fear energy, and the monsters will do so. But then it's understanding, obviously, if anybody who's watched it understands that actually the higher vibrations are incredibly more potent. They're just stronger. They are, it's God, and this is why the devil never won against God, because God wins every time. God is love, the devil is fear, and that is understanding the two different polarizations of the energies. So how to recognize if you have an entity attachment? First things first, your higher self will never tell you how shit you are. It will never sort of just bring you down to this lower vibration. If you're hearing words in your head saying, oh, why are you doing that? You shouldn't be doing that. You're going to fail at that. Don't even go there. Everybody hates you. Nobody's going to like you. Why are you going to that place? You should be scared to go to that place. If you go to that place, you're going to get killed. You're going to get attacked. Like, if these are the words that you are hearing in your mind, then this is negative spirit. It is not your higher self. It is not the normal mental talk. Don't believe that your mind is just going to be on this rampage of just saying these negative things to you, because actually, once you clean out your spirit, you won't have these negative thoughts. They will not be able to seep into your energy field. So cleaning out your spirit, keeping yourself high vibe, keeping yourself happy. The whole idea of me trying to discuss this topic is to teach people that when these negative thoughts seep into your mind, to fight it like it's something else. Don't think, oh, that's just my mind, I'm such a negative person. No, you've got to fight it like it's an outside source coming to attack you, because that is what it is. It is a spirit trying to use your energy for itself, whereas if you realize that you are a sovereign being and these energies have nothing on you, like, you are so powerful, that is why they want your energy. You need to stand in that sovereignty and believe in that strength. Dancing, singing is all ways to stay beautifully high vibration. It's a way of cleansing out your aura. You can bring yourself up and make you feel so much better by singing, by letting out any of that negativity, by dancing. As I say, once these negative thoughts come into your mind, fight it. Say, no, I'm a sovereign being and I will not stand for this. I'm a being of love and light. And the way I did it, so basically the reason that I know quite a lot negative entities is because I've had one. So I do know what I'm talking about, essentially. And this is why I'm desperately trying to help people understand what it's all about, because we are living in an age where mental health is incredibly high right now. And so is stuff like being addicted to alcohol, drugs. Like, these are all, you know, like, alcohol is called spirits for a reason. Because it weakens your aura, because it allows that open spat. Just as I was looking at the clock, 9:11. Oh, that's so sacred and beautiful. If anybody knows numerology, that is such a sacred number. So blessed, absolutely blessed to be surrounded by my angels and God right now. It wells me. Yeah, so what was I saying? Distracted now. Yeah, just, I forgot at what point I was at. But yeah, so, mental health and addictions. You know, people are trying to look for that release. People are trying to look for that clean space. And to be honest, about addictions as well, they're trying to look for numbness. They want to numb out the pain and all the anxiety and the fear. And the thing is, the way to do that is to cleanse and to get out into nature. You need to do spiritual baths. You need to understand that your spirit needs to be cleansed as much as your physical body. Like, mental health is so directly connected to your spiritual and soul's health. It's just, one triangle falls, the whole pyramid falls. And please remember that, because if you feel like your mental health is dropping, look at your spiritual health. Have you had any spiritual baths recently? Have you been out into nature to transfer that energy back to Mother Gaia? You know, have you been exercising? Have you been getting any sweat out, which is another way of cleansing out your physical body? Have you been crying to process emotions and energy? It's all ways of transferring energy, and that's what you need to be more conscious of. You need to realise that if you're sat in a negative energy, that needs to be transmuted and changed to a positive one. So it's about knowing yourself and knowing how best to do that for you. So yeah, in terms of my spiritual and entity attachment, I had one for around 5-6 years, I'd say. I got into a relationship with somebody who was surrounded by demons, let's also say. A lot of demonic energies was around him at the time. I was spiritual, but I definitely hadn't gone through my spiritual awakening. You know, I was still reading tarot, so there was that level of understanding of spirit, but you know, that was part of my soul contract to go through so that I would understand what spiritual attachments are. So yeah, I gained an attachment, I gained an entity attachment, and I had no idea how would you fucking know? There was no way you'd know if you didn't know these things existed. You would just, like, all of a sudden I was terrified to go everywhere. I was so scared. I was so ashamed of myself. Like, the reason I was afraid to go out is because I thought I'd be judged. I thought people just wouldn't like me. Like, I used to get like really drunk just to be able to be comfortable enough to be out even with friends. Even just being comfortable, being in like a bar or whatever, I just didn't have that comfort whatsoever. There was no, and people probably are shocked to hear that because I come across as quite confident, or at least I certainly did do back then. But you know, everybody puts on a front, everybody just sort of gets on with stuff, even as uncomfortable as it is within yourself. You just sort of try and get on with it to the best of your ability. But it's not normal. It's not normal to be afraid of the universe so much. It's not normal to be afraid of other human beings so much. And the thing is, it's understandable, because the more you're at this energy, the more you're at a low vibration energy, the more you are going to attract the negative people. And that is why it is so important. Little Robbie's just saying hello. And that is why it's so important to make sure you are spiritually cleansing yourself, so that you are attracting in the right energy, because you will be at that energy. Thing is, if we're in a world where vibration is the only thing that truly matters, then what you're vibrating at, that is what you're going to experience. If you talk about 3D, you're vibrating at a very physical energy, then you're only going to experience other people who are in that very physical sort of, you know, within the system, like that kind of not seeing spirit. Whereas if you're somebody who's vibrating literally at a higher vibration, then you are experiencing a different realm completely. It may be the same earth, but it's different realms. We are in different realms. So you will, if you're at high vibration, you're going to attract in those beautiful high vibe people who are also in that love and light energy. And you really need to be aware of your mind's talk. Like, make sure that whenever, you know, negative thinking, literally fight it like it is that outside source, because it is. When I realised that when I sort of, basically the way I cleanse my my entity attachment, but like obviously as I say, I had no idea I had one. I just knew all of a sudden I was terrified of everything. Well, it wasn't even all of a sudden, because it seeps in, it's bit by bit. It's not like this, bam, thank you ma'am, like here I am, I'm gonna come suck all your energy. It's really not like that. It's sort of, you know, slowly going down and down and down and down until you've got no self-confidence, you've got no self-love whatsoever, because that entity wants you to hate yourself. That entity wants you to feel as shit as it can make you feel, because then that it's sustained himself. That entity is you know, is thriving in that world. And you know, it's just energy at the end of the day. We've got to understand where energy comes from, and that people are at different energies. There's no good and bad, it just is different energies, and it's where you want to sit on that scale. It's just starting to rain, so you know, a bit of cleansing aura time. With that, with a bit of trees. Oh, it looks so beautiful on the water. But like, just looking at the water, it is, you know, one tiny drop, and that tiny drop will ripple outwards, and it's that ripple effect of how big this sort of self-loathing will go if you allow it to. Whereas if you fight it and just say, you know what, I fucking love myself and I deserve to love myself, because why should anybody else make me feel bad about myself? Like, fuck what anybody else thinks. You've got to live with yourself, so fucking love yourself. Like, why these people, you know, you sacrifice yourself for these people who don't know you, don't want to know you, so why sacrifice yourself for anything like that? Be true to yourself always. Yeah, so in terms of when I cleansed out my negative entity, I was just sat chilling. I was sat on my own vibing. I just got to Scotland, and to me now Scotland will always be such a heavily sacred place, because it is so magical, so cleansing, so naturally beautiful and magnificent. And so I just got to Scotland, and I was waiting to meet up with my mate the next day, so I was just chilling in my van on my own, and all like I was getting into this sort of like trance state. Like I was. So the power of looking into the darkness, that's just a little hint of how powerful that can be. But I was staring into the darkness and sort of seeing these beautiful pictures and shapes, and it was just all such lovely energy that I was sat in. But then all of a sudden everything just switched, and it's like you know, a light bulb switched. Everything just suddenly, it felt scary. I was scared, and I didn't know why, because I was sat on my own. There was nothing in my vicinity to bring harm to me. So I was just sat there, and all of a sudden darkness sort of, it just took over a little bit, and I felt that fear energy. My body was sort of like shaking, and that is one way of letting out fear, is that sort of trembling. And the pictures that I was seeing, it went from being, you know, pretty colourful kaleidoscope sort of imagery to all of a sudden being very harsh, you know, harsh angles, harsh shapes, red, blacks and whites, and just, you know, not as colourful, not as bright, not as loving. The energy just completely swapped and reversed, and in that second, I don't know how I knew, but I knew that it wasn't normal. I knew that it wasn't natural, and I knew it wasn't me. I knew, and that's the most important thing. You've got to know yourself to know when these energies are around you, to know that when it isn't you. Like, know your mind's voice so much that when another voice comes in, know that that's not your voice. Know that you can fight that voice, that you don't have to listen to it. And in that moment, when everything did suddenly just sort of take a turn, I literally said no. I said, no, I am a sovereign being, and I asked God to fill my body with love and light. And in that power, because I was so firm in being like, no, I'm sovereign, don't fucking come near me, and I'm protected by God. And in that moment, God came to me. Like, I will never not believe in God now, because I've experienced him, and he is magnificent. Like, he is that love and light energy. It is energy, and God is energy, and he lit me up like a light bulb. I was glowing, and it's so sacred. I'm so blessed and honoured to have ever experienced anything like that. And if I ever experience anything like that again, fuck me, I'm just so grateful anyway. And when that light was there, when my body was full of his love and his light, out my shoulder flew the entity. And as you can imagine, there was quite the surprising look, because I was just like, what the fuck was that? Oh my gosh, something just came out of me. So yeah, that's the thing with the entities. And like, the thing is, I felt it on a physical level, and that's why I know that these entities are within the body. Once they seep into the energy field, they get into the body. And this is how, you know, when I had that attachment, I got seriously ill. I got my mental health obviously was terrible, and I didn't understand why that sudden just go down. Like, I just didn't understand any of it. But now, as I say, the triangle, my spiritual health went down, so the other two pillars went down, and the whole thing, it was just, you know, a good few years of just a shit show. But soul contracts to be where we are now, darling. It's all good. So yeah, like, as I say, these things are within people. Once they're in there, you've got to get it out. And when you stand in that power of knowing that you're a sovereign being, you can cleanse it. You do not have to put up with any of this. Literally, stand in your power, stand with God, like, stand in his love and light. Ask him to come to you, and he will come. Like, you have the power to talk to God, like, allow him in, allow that open conversation with him. And now I don't stop talking to him. I'm constantly asking him to fill me with his love and light, because every single time you're bringing that energy in, and you are constantly cleansing that aura space. Keep that aura space clear, because these beings can get within your energy, can get within your physical body, and will, you know, make life hell on earth. And that is what they want. That is why we live in, well, that's why some people are living in hell on earth, because it's polarization of energies. Where are you at on the scale? You can either live in heaven or you can either live in hell, but they're both on the earth. They're not anywhere else. They're here now, because you are spirit. You are a soul having a human experience. Understand that your soul needs cleansing too. Spirits are around. Please just get that. Please, you don't have to take my word for it. Just fucking cleanse. Just keep yourself beautiful. What else to say on the matter? Yeah, just, I don't know if anybody's got any specific questions. Then I am so more than happy to answer any questions. I do want to talk about this a lot, because we need to all talk about it. We need to all understand how these energies are maneuvering and sort of, you know, manipulating the human race. Let's be honest, because they are, and how it's being allowed to happen within the mainstream media. Because you turn on the news, and what do? You drop into fear vibration, and then that gets repeated all fucking day to just drop you into that fear vibration. Why do you think that we are surrounded by people who are terrified? Like, we are living in a universe where people think the world around them is disgusting, is dirty. Like, this mud around me is dirty to other people, but yet to me it's sacred, because it is cleansing, it is purifying. Like, that mud has so many minerals and just so much beauty within it that we can actually, as human beings, use and harness and, you know, be at one with the fucking earth. We don't need to think the earth is disgusting. We don't need to divide ourselves from all of the earth and all of its beings. We need to be at one with it. And that is what, you know, what is dis-ease? It's dis-ease. Like, we need to come back in harmony with everything that is around us and within ourselves as well. But understand that you're not going to do that by watching the mainstream media. You need to cut that shit out. You need to fucking just disconnect from the system, because the system doesn't want you to know this information. The system will only spoon feed at you and make it out like it's conspiracy theories, even though it's the real world. Because, you know, energy is energy, and that's where they want to be at. We can judge them if we want, but you know, who are we to judge? If we want to be at the high vibe, that's just where we want to be. If they want to be at the low vibe, that's just where they want to be. But you choose where you want to be. Yeah, I'm gonna choose a cheeky. I'm gonna choose a goddess card, because Mother Gaia is shining right now, and we're just gonna pick a card of advice. Let's have a shuffle. You ever seen anybody stood up shuffling? And not dancing, actual shuffling. Yeah, right, let's go. Mother Gaia, please, what message can you bring forward for advice? For the collective tapping into this message now. What message can we bring forward as advice for the collective tapping into this message right now? Mother Gaia, help your children. Oh, okay, she's got lots of words to say. Oh, I love it all. Right, okay, so first of all we've got honor, and at the bottom it says celebrate and honor your roots. So once again, connect with nature, celebrate the divine connection that you have. Like roots, literally root yourself into the earth, cleanse that energy. Like she is asking you to just be with her. Like it's almost like we've been so, you know, stuck in the fucking cities that she has been lonely. She has been wanting us to be with her again. Like she's screaming for her children. Oh god, I'm gonna start crying. We've also got nature's wisdom. Spend time outdoors. Like again, get outside, get into nature, connect with your planet. Like this is sacred. You can't just, you know, we're cutting down all the fucking weeds, we're cutting down all the trees. Connect with it, don't fucking destroy it. And then we also have vibrant, flow and rise, literally, like rise, go with the flow, stop fighting it, rise your energy, raise your vibration, literally just raise your consciousness. Like vibrant even is there, like that vibration, that energy. Be that passionate, loving being, because it's so natural to be. Like when you drop into your heart center, and you just don't give a shit what anybody thinks, because you've got so much fucking love that it doesn't matter. Because I'm like, you know what, even if I piss your demons off, I love you because I've been there and I know it's shit, and I just want you to just feel love for yourself, man. Like you'll never feel love for yourself the way you feel it when you're in your heart chakra, because it's what, like, I love me for all the bad and all the good. Why should I hate me? I don't want to hate me. I want to be at that love vibration. I deserve to be. You get to that point where, you know, you're just like, you know what, I've given myself so much shit, I don't deserve this anymore. I can't be asked to actually give myself as much shit as I've been giving myself. Like you get to that point where you can't even be in that energy anymore. So don't fight it, because it's not natural. You are, like, there is God within you, which is God is that love. It is so natural to be in his energy, to be with him, and that is why he's calling you back. And your mom and your dad, it's like your mother Gaia is calling you back, and your father is calling you back. That, like, God is calling you back. At the bottom of these it says rise through life's challenges. Yes. Release the universe's healing. So yeah, once again, the universe is there to heal you. You have angels surrounding you. Like you have this so much energy available to you to harness and to ask. Like, we live in a free will universe. You have to ask these beings to come in, but they really want to come in and be with you. And you know, they don't want to leave their child on their own in this fucking scary place, because it is scary, especially if you've experienced the negative side of it all. It's scary, but we've got so much support. We are souls living a human experience. That means there are so many more souls who haven't chose to live a human experience this life. Use them. Ask them where they are. Ask them to come in. Ask them to comfort you. Ask them to be with you. Like, you can do that. And then it says express yourself with colour. Yeah. All the colour. Come on. Get into your arty vibes. Like, get creative. What is it that needs to come out? Oh, I've got some ducklings coming this way. I actually think I'm just gonna be crying about the whole of this video. Oh my god. Oh, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, I want to say. So we got 5 little ducklings. walking on over with the mama, and mama bear is there to protect them. She's guiding them. But 5, it's the number of conflicts, it's the number of change, and we have to go through the shit to really develop and to grow and to understand the universe that we're in. So never feel like you're a victim. Understand that the things you have gone through have been for a purpose, and now you can come out of that energy, because once you've experienced one scale of it, you can experience the drasticness of the other end of the scale. And that is like, if you've had such low vibrational sort of things happen to you, then imagine the beauty of the opposite end of the scale, because it's a spectrum, it's a swing, and the swing will always swing equally. If you've swung that way, you're about to swing the other way, and believe in that purity and goodness. They're coming right over. Like, it's time to be. Can you see him? Oh, you can see him, yeah. Oh, look. Hey, babies. Oh, 1, 2. Oh, no, there's 6. There's 6 of them. So what is 6? 6 is the number of love. The devil wants you to believe that 666 is negative. 6 is the number of love. 6 is God. But that's what the devil will do. He'll flip things on its head, make you believe the exact opposite. And this is why we live in the upside down world. This is why we live in the satanic world, because everything is upside down. And as soon as you get that, you'll get it, because anything the mainstream media tells you, flip it on its head. That's the truth. I hope you've managed to soak in some of this beautiful energy. If there's anything that, I don't know, just anything, talk to me. Oh, I'm so open to have these conversations. I want to open up the table to spirits and to understand it more in the physical realm, because we're all here to bounce off each other, to learn, just to grow. We are all together in this, and I truly feel that within my heart. So much love. Don't forget the moment that I'm not sad anymore. I'm not sad anymore, no. I'm just mad at myself for being dumb enough to love you. But I'm not sad anymore. I better be careful I don't fall in. Oh, I love you.